Alright, back again. So on this one we are going to work on the Sturtz, or Sturtz, the plunge cut. So a lot of different statements on what this actually is, and many people want to argue. Blah blah. I personally like it. It works great when somebody is very happy, right? So if you got them scared, you cut in, boom, and shot. So a couple of notions about this strike is that you can do it from high, you can do it from the shoulder. Either one works. I do find from on high, you'll generally get the headshot more, but it is a little bit more of a telegraph movement. From here, it just looks like a false edge crump, but you are extending out first. You see the blade, boom. Right? It also comes to being on your targeting. A lot of people target the head in a fashion for this. I like to target the shoulder points here. I do feel it's much more of I am cutting in for the plunge to get the point in. If I get deflected or anything like that, then it hits the head, life is great. Okay. Other notion, this is easier to do without gear. It is harder to do with any gear on. So like forearms, gloves, all that crap, it does get harder to do. If I can give any notion of advice to help make this work better in gear, A, don't have such a tight grip handle because you'll never get this there. Make sure you have a decent handle length. When you make your, I'll step over here, when you make your action, because you're going, try to be out as much as possible. Notice the chest is still in line, right? That helps this process. Footwork also. So a notion of when I'm doing things like this, I like using my, I say my interpretation of the transverse step. I actually got this from Ted Elsner in Sacramento. No. Yeah, I think it's Sacramento. California, somewhere. In the Fry Factory Guild out there. And apparently my camera is being a bitch. Ah! Light and everything is changing. Alright, there we go. So hopefully you can see footwork. So on this one, it is much more of bringing that foot in like a gather, then step out. Right? So again, this is meant when somebody is in a parry-happy positioning. So in a way, you are cutting and also ending in the same motions, right? Or an aggressive crump in a fashion, if you want to say that. So many theories, so many conversational pieces. I'll shut up about it. My little stand is better there. All right, so on the Sturtz, just like how whenever we did crumping actions for declaring, we aim for the side. It is the same action here when you're going to be doing it. You're going to be here, cut out, right? That's to give you a targeting point. If you do wish to envision the pel as their sword, that does work for your cutting, and you want to cut just on the inside fashions of it. So either or, one gives you a resistance blocking. Boom. The other gives you the action of being on the inside where you're striking into that target here. That is the action from the right. Left has a different action. So on the kind of setup for the drills for this, will be here because we're going to be throwing the cuts, right? Boom, boom, boom. And without stepping. Make sure we're in range. Boom, boom. Now we're going to make pass. I know basic crap, but it helps reinforce what I'm aiming for. Now from here, I'm going to make sure make sure range is proper here. Measure, make sure we're in proper footwork. Cut, and then change. So the process of it is when you're about here, pop that elbow up like you're going to be uppercutting. You can go on that side, you can go on this side, right? So that does help in that fashion, and then you roll it all into one, right? So I'll be here, making the passing step. So there's that one. If it fails, if you're too out of range from your pedal, for example, which I might be a little off camera here, I go, I make the cut, oh shit, and then you just you let it flow to a second cut, right? Boom. So in a sense, what happens if you fail with a crump? Oh crap, you just make a cut, same process. So that's it from the right side, which is a little bit of a more instant, oh god action. That's when you're being more aggressive to take it. The left side, you're actually presenting an opening for them to come in and then you take it. Or you're cutting in, oh look, I'm here, boom! Right? Thing I've used to hit Jane and a lot of different people with, where you cut and plunge in. So on this one, we start out of range. I'll barely be able to be seen. We're going to cut as we're going in towards Zexel. Come back over. Right? It's mostly because I'm cutting into range. Now, and I make a side step off, and we make that action happen like that. So, there's those. Do 10 of everything. Work from there. So, be back in a bit.